What is going on, everybody? Welcome to I Am Human. I am Michael, your host, and this is where we explore the messages from Spirit for Gemini season. I will be first diving into the general energy for Gemini season, which is from the 20th of May until the 20th of June. And after this general reading, I will take it private only for the tribe members, going deeper into your sun, your moon, and your ascendant. So specific guidance really for those parts of you that are very private and very personal. That really, in the tribe, every day I get those messages after them listening to the messages from Spirit. Holy shit, I just listened to the recording again, and what happened this month is exactly what you said. So, if you want to join the tribe, then you can. I'm opening the doors. It is in Dutch currently, so this general reading is in English. But if there's enough interest and enough people wanting to join an English tribe, then I'd be happy to create one. And the tribe, I Am Human, is where you learn to live cyclically according to the cycles of nature and adjusting them with the cycles of your body. You get full moon guidance, dark to new moon guidance, messages from Spirit for your sun, moon, ascendant. You have a live call with me. We have a sun cycle guide and everything that you need to know about that season and how to deal with it, and always for your personal signs. We have a tribe currently of 50 people that learn to live cyclically, and really it is according to the 7 direction principle that I teach, which is really all about creating your intuitive person that trusts those messages and gets direction and heals the past, creates the future, but always balanced with the cycles of nature and in tune with your highest divine guidance as the I am state, whole state. So go and check out that tribe, and we'd be happy to welcome you. So let's dive into the general reading of Gemini season. So Sun is in Gemini, and really the most important thing that you need to know for learning what the Sun has to say in Gemini is that you learn to speak the language of the environment that you're in. So Gemini is a very, jittery energy, very all over the place, because it wants to do so many things. It wants to process, it communicates, and it is really about learning what the environment is all about. So the analogy is where you move to a new place in your own country or in a different country. What you always need to do, at least in Belgium, that is very much so. I think in Spain too, and America as well, everywhere, I guess, where they have certain customs. They have certain languages they speak, or they have certain habits. And you have to learn those habits if you want to fit in, if you will, right? Living in Spain is a lot different than in Belgium. And just in Belgium, living in the northern of Belgium than living in the center or in the east or the west, it's just a completely different experience. And I think you know what I mean. So you have to learn to speak the language, to use the words so that everything flows, that people accept you, but also that you just have a nice experience and that you understand them. That's the analogy. And so that will happen in your close environment. But especially with Pluto and Aquarius, is also about your online community building. And with Pluto and Aquarius in the beginning and the Sun in Gemini trining that, I think we are just learning to begin to speak each other's language online. All right. So even like those big influencers that earn a lot of money and have a lot of success, and even spiritually, we're not even we haven't even seen the huge potential. We haven't even begun to see the potential of what an online community could be like, feel like, and how we establish that and how we really spread those ideas. And I think that's what this is about sharing each other's ideas. So we've learned how to master that, less or more, in the physical world here, we've built, an empire, which is outdated. And now we're doing that online. We're doing that technologically. We want to really experience what it is like to be human and to be fully connected, everyone, all the time, and how to really manifest and establish ideas that last and that represent the community. Does that make sense? So now the issue with this energy, without even diving into building a community online, just in and of itself, is that there is codependent energy. So the issue this month is that you depend on other people for their opinions, for your opinion, for your belief in yourself, and for resources, money, and possessions. And I think we, at the same time, ourselves, have this kind of illusion that we have everything and that we can, that there's abundance energy, excess energy, and I think there is. But we're going to have to wake up after, I think, a couple of weeks, months after this, because now we're living like, oh my God, we're living in the moment. And this is like the contrast. And the other part is where this moment is seized. We got Jupiter in Taurus, Venus in Taurus. This is amazing, beautiful, loving. Like we feel and experience the heavenly beingness on earth. But there's something about us placing too much dependency on others, and that is not stable anymore in this environment. What it is saying right now is that we have to go into a new adventure, into a new initiation, that we have to initiate ourselves and be independent. Mars, Aries, North Node, Aries, conjunct Chiron, Aries. And that feels kind of awkward. It will be like, someone who is shooting. I know, this is Mars, this is war analogy, so just bear with me. Shooting, but then realizing that you only have one bullet left, or that you received a gun that you haven't even learned how to shoot with it. It's worthless. And well, I guess in the moment, you're going to have to learn how to use it and how to use that abundance. And I think there's many things manifesting. I think there's many things that we've hoped for that are there, but we don't know how to use them. We don't know what to do with it. And so that's what I'm saying, is that we are so dependent on other people, on making it happen. And that's a pain that we need to face this. We need to step into this awkwardness of doing it. So anyway, what is happening actually? When I look at the cards, we have a last quarter. It's funny because I actually wrote everything down and I realized that my book is over there, and I was just talking about initiating and really feeling awkward. And I feel awkward right now because I'm like, okay, shit, I'm going to have to depend on my memory here. But it's a last quarter phase, okay? And that's a challenge. We're confronted with a challenge this month, and this challenge is really about the past, right? It is about outdated modes of doing things. We cannot longer live in the past, and that's what I was talking about actually. It's the last quarter waning air moon, and when Gemini season starts, we get the moon in Libra. It's the South Node is there. And this is what I'm saying, is that that past has a lot to do with how we depend on other people. But, I will dive deeper into your moon, sun, and ascendant, and we'll get a lot clearer what it means for you. But generally, this is where we have to come up with new ideas on how to proceed and let go of the past. And especially when it comes down to your complacency, so meaning you're actually in danger, but you don't realize it, right? The underlying energy is the moon in the last quarter phase as well. So the thing is about last quarter phases is that, they are about rethinking the future. or rethinking the present moment in and of itself. And like, this is a crisis in consciousness, like what to believe, how to act, who to bond with. And we're questioning everything before a new cycle can start. So anyway, this in a water sign, this has a lot to do with that past that does no longer serve you, and where you have to come up with new ideas, and we're kind of in a dangerous situation and we don't realize it. Is that this is probably because there's an emotional underlying situation that we have to process, and we have to be honest about what we feel, what we experience, whether it is anger, sadness, shame, guilt. And the thing is that, their Gemini season comes with so much mental energy. Sun in Gemini, Pluto Aquarius, Moon in Libra, South Node in Libra. We're overthinking it. And Mars in Aries is semi-squaring, last quarter semi-square, over to the Sun in Gemini. And that is really rash thinking, very burnout-ish energy. And maybe because we're so codependent on other people, this is going to be, how to say this, we're doing stuff and initiating stuff for other people because of other people, and we realize it, and we're like, why? Why am I in heavenly doing this? So, but here's the invitation to not even just rethink how are we going to continue with our new goals, with our present moment, living somewhere or just in a relationship, or about our health issues, whatever it may be, work, that it no longer works, and we have come to a standstill, to a challenge in order to rethink it. But the underlying emotions have to be faced and have to be honest about. And the thing with emotions is that there are a portal to show you where you are blocking it yourself, and what the underlying issue really is about. All right. So it shows that, we're going to be on the precipice, which means that what will happen next. These are moon cards, and I really am trusting them fully in terms of the symbols. And the way I put them is that this card that I just showed you, precipice, is what will happen next, and what is most in our fates to happen, is that we'll be on a precipice, meaning we're going to be taking reckless decisions. This is Jupiter and Mars energy. And that is really getting out of our comfort zone and really doing something against all odds, against the advice of other people. And it is really pushing the limits, which is, sometimes really good. Other times, in this, I feel like also in this case, it's a reckless decision. It is gut-based, and it is maybe also out of fear, and I think it will initiate new things, and it is that Chiron that I explained to you about, which we'll feel that we're really not 100% ready for, we think. But there's another card that I'll show you that actually shows this is a challenge worthy of your power, right? So then what it shows is that what's going to happen once we push ourselves over the edge, when we're in the precipice, when we take that reckless decision against the advice of other people, we're going to be like, fuck you, I'm going to do what I like. Actually, what will happen is that eventually, this is the wedding card in the Moon Oracle card, and that is not that there's a wedding. Although, funnily enough, Charlotte and I are going to be attending a wedding in June, so that's interesting. But that's not what this is about. This is about convention and wanting to belong to the community, and so doing according to the standards of what everyone expects of us. So I've been pondering upon this, and it can go either way, honestly, because it could mean that you take that reckless decision, and even because you've taken that reckless decision, let's say you've moved somewhere, now you come into a situation either way where things come to the standard procedure. Like, okay, everybody thinks like, okay, you're doing the right thing. And it's like it appears like you didn't even have taken that reckless decision. It's like everything comes back to normal, and you're doing as everyone expects. Or and that's interesting, and that's where we dive deeper into the charts, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and that's where everything comes really clear for you, because it's planets. In this case, we look at the planet Saturn and Venus, right? And so wherever Saturn is going to be is the fear, and so that's where I come to this next possibility where you've taken a reckless decision against the advice of other people, against all odds. And now you have to reconsider and say, well, whoops, I've done the wrong thing. I actually am going to have to take a job, because everyone expects this, or I'm going to have to move back and just regress or forgive, or say that I was wrong, move back to where you did come from, even if you moved somewhere else. I mean, just those things. That's a possibility. So which one it ever will be, I have no idea in the generalness, but it will become clear in the specific reading. Either way, what it says here is that what needs to happen, what you have to do, the thing where you have free will over, is Lilith. And that's interesting because by now we all know how this feels. If you've listened to the Taurus recording of the meaning messages from Spirit from past month, we've drawn this card, and well, what can I say? We've all gone through this massive transformation. Lilith and Scorpio card is transformation. That there's people painting an evil image of you. Boy, I don't know about you. Well, I do know. Like everyone in the tribe confirms this. They've gone through the same. I know I have, and I know Charlotte has. So there's this, very people painting a very nasty picture of you, and you are going to have to battle to the end to get everything under control and get it right. And this is also, this could be November of past year, 2023, when things started happening, or this could also be 2024, November 2024, when things will come to fruition. It's either one of the two, depends a little bit on your personal chart. So, this is a transformation card, and it shows that you have to start moving everything you have. This is a challenge worthy of your power. And so that's what I'm saying. It's just like, where you're on the precipice and you think like, oh shit, am I doing the right thing here? You've taken a reckless decision, and, things are out of control, and there's this kind of fear to then reconsider. But honestly, this is where you have to ignore the image they're painting of you. You have to ignore all the chaos that other people are projecting on you, and that all the chaos that is going on around you, and you have to stand your ground. You have to dive deep into what your true power is and really stay cool under pressure, as I like to say a lot, and just continue your own path and just fucking beat your own drum. Boom, 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 boom. And obviously make the adaptations where necessary, and be brave enough to see where you're wrong, of course. but truly see for what things are and not move out of fear for what other might think, or what the conventional way should be. But no, this is diving deep to stand in your truth. It's Lilith, it's a Scorpio, and Lilith is a chaos. Lilith is destruction. So things are going to be destroyed in the process, whether that be friends, family, your health. It depends. It depends. So let's go out and check how this plays out for you, for your sun, moon, and ascendant. And if you're not in a tribe, you can join. Send me a message or go to www.theimhuman.com/tribe, or just www.imhuman.live or .live, however you want to pronounce that. So let me know in the comments how that feels for you and what you expect coming. Much love. See you in the tribe. Bye-bye.